Welcome to Inside the Nest. I'm Paholke, joined with head men's basketball coach Chris McCabe. Coach, 3 games last week, took 2 of the 3. Dropped Rockhurst on Monday, but then coming back strong wins against Maryville and then Missouri S&T. Were you pleased with your team's performance later in the week?
Yeah, very, very pleased. Very pleased after Monday. We didn't play well Monday. We played well offensively, but we got away from our identity of how we like to play. Came in on Tuesday, the players sat down with each other, had a really good film session, just the players. Talked through some things. We practiced Wednesday to carry over some of the stuff they talked about that they wanted to see. We had good urgency. We went on the road on Thursday. Down 5, at halftime, but we didn't blink, played well in the second half, came out, didn't play well at the start on Saturday, turned it around. So you see that our variance isn't as much, right? Hopefully it's leveling out a little bit, but I'm very, very pleased with them. And I'm also happy for them and relieved for them because they've been working hard enough, and so now some results follow.
One player that came up big in those 2 wins was Golightly. We talked a little bit about him last week. Had 17 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists between the 2 wins. What does he provide to your team, being that he's so tall and that guard-like shooting ability?
Yeah, so it's taken me some time to figure out Jackson too, just about what his strengths are, how he likes to play. It's taken me time to figure out what are the best lineups to put him in, who to put around him, what we ask of him to do. And I think as the season's gone, I've got a little bit more clarity on that. He missed the good part of our first part of the season practices and didn't even start the first game when we were down up in Grand Rapids because of an injury. And so he's probably, in some ways, it took a little bit longer for him to get going because of the time that he missed. But he's versatile offensively, versatile defensively. I have high expectations of him. I think he's got a chance to be a really good player here. And obviously he's played well this week.
One player that we haven't talked a whole lot about is Olsen. He scored a career-high 12 points against Rockhurst, had 18 in all of last week. What kind of spark does he provide off the bench for your team?
Oh, he's just the best. So Carter is as mature and as humble of a worker as you could possibly have. And so he fits the identity of who we are, of how we're trying to be. And so there's an enormous amount of consistency with Carter when you put him on the floor. He was trying to make all the right plays all the time and maybe overanalyzing and not just utilizing his skill when he's open, let the thing fly, shoot it. Now that I think he's had some more experience under his belt, his skills coming into his own, he's not pressing as much, and he's just letting his natural abilities really show.
Coming back this week, you go on the road, Truman State and Quincy on Thursday. You beat Quincy earlier in the year. They're coming off 4 straight wins since you beat them, and then Truman State has won 6 of their last 7. Getting wins this week would provide huge in the GLVC point rating system for the postseason tournament. What do you and your team need to do to get the win?
Play well. There's no guarantees. So we played well offensively against Quincy the first time we played them. And they forced a little bit. It was a Saturday of a back-to-back. So we got to play really, really well against them. They're going to be hungry with us beating them. So we're going to have to play well. And then Truman with Jeff is as good as anybody in our league. They play such a tough non-conference schedule. So, I don't want to minimize the question and tell you we got to play well. That's a simple answer, but the reality of it is it's that simple. If we're going to have a chance to win, we're going to have to play really, really well.
That's right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Cardinals are back in action this Thursday evening as they take on the Quincy Hawks. The game is set off for 7:30, and you can get that live on the GLVC Sports Network. I'm Paholke. This has been Inside the Nest. We'll see you next week.